A crowd had gathered within the muddy courtyard of the old Borg that we called Holmgard. Like me, the throng was there for the duel. But while those in the crowd chattered and muttered in almost giddy anticipation, I stood in silence. In front of me, my friend and charge, Olaf, paced in the dueling ground, his breath gathering in the cold before his face. Across from him stood one of Prince Vladimir's warriors, a bear of a man named Holstein, who had publicly accused Olaf of sleeping with the prince's wife and earning his position as the head of her guard with his prowess in bed. To protect the princess's reputation and his own, Olaf had challenged the man to a duel. And so here I stood, recently returned from a bloody campaign in Borgaralont, to find myself in the midst of a puddle-pocked yard packed with warriors thirsty for a fight, and mayhap a chance to earn some easy coin. I glanced up at the dais that lay beside the dueling ground. Prince Vladimir, who was now a teen, scowled beneath his dark brows. Though it had never been proven that Olaf was lying with his wife, the rumours were enough to harm the prince's reputation and his pride. He wanted Olaf dead, and that truth was etched in the dark frown on his face. It mattered not that Vladimir kept a flock of his own whores, just as his father had. By his side sat his bewitching wife, Olava, with her white blonde hair cascading over her dark sable coat, a visible grimace of concern on her thin face. While Olaf had denied his indiscretions to me and others, I sensed he was lying. He may have been a talented fighter, but he was also a risk-taker, and I doubted he could reject the seductive allure of the blonde beauty that was Olava, especially if it meant an elevation of his station here in the Roos kingdom, which we Northmen called Gartariki. And climb he had. I had been on campaign in the south for 2 winters, and in that time he had ascended to the highest ranks of Olava's household guard. Part of that, I knew, was due to Olaf's popularity, for his way with words, his courage, and his weapons-craft had always won men to his side. I doubted little that Olava's guards served him with reluctance, but it was hard to ignore the rumours, which had reached my ears as soon as I had returned. If those words had bothered me, it was hard to fathom how much they rankled the prince.